Crime, and Punishment. We are very excited to share this musical with you. It is very funny. So we talked about when you guys are laughing, which I hope you do, that they let you take your time laughing and then we'll move on to the next step. A couple of things. PTO was very kind and donated some money towards props and that kind of stuff, so a huge thank you to them for doing that. Terry Larson also built the backdrop for the old woman in the shoe. So when you see that prop, she did that one for us, so I appreciate that a lot. We have one of our performers tonight has lost their voice. So for the one song, we are going to flip over to the track with the words on it, because I don't think she can get all. She sang it yesterday, it was great. Today her voice decided it wanted to take a little break. So we're going to help her out on that one. So there will be one song that we're kind of dubbing, just so they can catch what's happening in that one and you can hear it all. And without any other thing, they are ready to go. So I do have one more thing. They're running this by themselves with no adults back there. I'm the only one that's helped them with this, so I am running sound because I have to do that. And so we talked about how they're going to have to behave like adults tonight, even though they're not adults. And they tackled it really well. They did so good yesterday. So they're doing all the scene changes on their own. They're doing everything back there without my help. So they are rocking it out. So just know that. And there's one scene where people do have to change clothes. So there's one that's a little bit longer than the rest. That's what's happening on that one. Otherwise, we really try to keep it moving. So here is Law and Order, Crime, and Punishment.
In the nursery rhyme justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups. The detectives who investigate the crime and the magistrates who prosecute the offenders. These are their rhymes.
body?
You mean what's left of it? The body's been taken to the morgue. The coroner will be doing an autopsy later today.
Alright, where's the chalk outline showing the placement of the body?
Here, here, and here.
Wow! Do we have a description of the victim?
We found a driver's license on the body. Here's his photo.
I've never seen anyone so bald. And pale. And, oh, he is really out of shape. I think he is around as he is tall. So, his name is
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty.
Yes.
So, why are we treating this one as a suicide?
Well, the witnesses say that Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Why was he up there? Was he depressed? And he made a terrible lie?
Well, actually, friends who knew him said that Humpty Dumpty had a great fall.
Who are the witnesses?
All the king's horses and all of the king's men.
Horses. Huh. I don't think that their testimony is allowed in court.
True, but they are the main witnesses.
You will want to hate it when you do that.
Yeah.
Continue to pun.
Well, I am the punished, sir. The pun-ish, sir.
So, we've got Humpty Dumpty falling off a wall to his death.
Yes.
But there's a problem.
What's that?
Look at his photo again. See those skinny arms and skinny legs?
Yeah.
How would Humpty Dumpty get all the way to the top of that wall?
So, you're saying that this is not a suicide, but that it is
That's right. I think that this is an egocide.
egocide?
Egocide.
Egocide?
Oh no! It's as obvious as the nose on your face. What we've got here are eggshells by the dozen. Bits of yolk, all that egg white grossly splattered everywhere. It's not suicide, it's not that cut and dry. It must stay classified, I do declare. It's egocide.
What we've got here's an omelet of a puzzle. Wrapped and fried on the pavement, every piece of mystery. That egg took a slide right on the sunny side, and now he's liquefied beyond repair.
It's egocide. It's not suicide. It's not that cut and dry. It must stay classified, I do declare. It's egocide. It's egocide. It's egocide. Egocide. Are any of the witnesses still here?
We have one of the horses.
Let's talk to her. She may be able to give us a lead.
Or she might just stir up trouble.
Excuse me, we understand that you were at the scene of the incident. About what time did it occur?
3:07, I see.
Did you see Humpty Dumpty sit on the wall?
Nay,
Did you see Humpty Dumpty fall?
nay.
This is ridiculous. We won't get any information this way. She's not talking.
You have to give her a break, sir. She has trouble talking.
Why's that?
Well, she's a little hoarse. Let me try to question her. Can you tell us, in your own words, what happened?
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It was terrible. It was horrible. It was atrocious-able.
Take it easy there. Let's rein it in.
We were in the stable around the corner. The king's men were just tying on our feed bags when we heard this gargantuous splat. I ran out and looked over and it was awfulable. We all rushed over to see if we could help.
What did you do to help?
Naturally, all the king's horses and all the king's men tried to put Humpty back together again.
And what stopped you from doing just that?
Well, for one, none of us made it through all 4 years of medical school, let alone the 5 years of residency you would need for specializing in organ replacement surgery.
And what else prevented you from putting Humpty back together again?
No hands.
Well, there's that.
Did you know Mr. Dumpty?
Nobody really knew him. He didn't have many friends. He was pretty obnoxious.
So a bad egg, huh? Is there anything else that you can help us in our case?
I know that he was renting a room from the old woman who lived in a shoe.
Do you know his apartment number?
No, but he was renting out the ground floor.
So, he was the sole occupant?
Well, if that's all, I have to get back to work.
Thank you. We won't keep you. But what do you do here in town in case we have to contact you again?
Well,
This
I'm
horse holds a very important position. She's the town mayor.
You have to deal with this every day.
That's why they took my gun away.
Hey, why did you stop the play?
Scene change.
Oh, okay.
But in the meantime, let's read some good old-fashioned nursery rhymes.
Oh, great idea.
Can I go first? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again.
Ooh, can I go next? There wasn't a woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, and she whipped them soundly, then put them to bed.
I think it's time for us to go now.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Are you the old woman?
My, aren't you the charmer?
Are you the old woman who lives in a shoe?
Who's asking?
I'm Detective Green. And are you?
No, I'm not the old woman who lives in a shoe.
You know, that is interesting, coming from someone in a very shoe-like building.
You've got me confused with someone else. I'm the young woman who lives in a Birkenstock.
Birkenstock?
Yes.
Aren't Birkenstock sandals?
Well, I did do some remodeling lately.
Young woman?
You got a problem with that?
Look, ma'am, if you could just let us in to ask you a few questions.
You're not from Child Protective Services, are you?
No.
Or Housing Code Enforcement?
No.
Or the Department of Homeland Security?
No, ma'am. I'm from the NRU. That's Nursery Rhyme Unit. I'm investigating a suspected murder.
Murder?
Yes.
If it's just a murder, come on in.
Can I get you gentlemen anything? Coffee, tea, broth without any bread?
Hey, broth sounds pretty good.
Thank you, ma'am, but we are on duty. Now, if I could just ask you a few questions. Oh, are these your children?
Yes, that's Mary and Larry.
Mary and Larry. Well, they're really...
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
Did you have a renter here by the name of Humpty Dumpty?
What do you mean by did?
Well, his body was found near the wall. It was a terrible scene. We are both pretty shell-shocked.
And you are?
This is my partner, the Pun-ishment.
I see.
What was Mr. Dumpty doing? Okay, never mind. What was Mr. Dumpty doing when he came to the shoe? What? What's he supposed to be playing? Mary and Larry.
That's not Mary and Larry.
It's not?
No, that's Carrie and Barry.
Carrie and Barry. Well, they're also really...
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
So, Mr. Dumpty was a loner. No friends?
Well, he had one person pick him up regularly, about once a week.
What was this person's name?
I never caught her name.
Can you describe her?
She was gorgeous, stunning really. Arms like an angel, long and elegant neck. A little too much eyeshadow though.
That sounds like Swan to me, Detective.
Yes, it does. Does the name Beautiful Swan ring a bell?
No, that doesn't sound familiar.
Well, her name used to be Ugly Duckling before she legally changed it.
Ugly duckling? Well, of course. Humpty spoke to her all the time on the phone. I never connected the name Ugly Duckling with that vision of loveliness that came calling at the shoe.
One would think that someone so fair could be named so foul.
One Swan, or Carrie and Barry.
That's not Carrie and Barry.
It's Mary and Larry?
No, that's Sherry and Harry.
Sherry and Harry. Well, they're also really...
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
When Swan, or Duckling, came to the shoe, where did they go?
They had this meeting that they went to regularly. Some sort of support group.
Humpty Dumpty belonged to a support group. Do you know the name of it?
Love, optimism, self-esteem, respect, support.
Losers?
It's a group for people with low self-esteem.
Humpty Dumpty. Him, I can imagine belonging to such a group. I mean, a pasty-faced, bald, rotund guy is a natural for a self-esteem group. But Beautiful Swan?
I can imagine, as a swan, she was always feeling down.
When Swan, or Duckling, came to pick up Humpty, where did they... Sherry and Harry.
That's not Sherry and Harry.
Carrie and Barry?
No,
Mary and Larry.
no, that's Jerry and Perry.
Jerry and Perry. Well, they are also really...
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they?
When Swan, or Duckling, came to the shoe, do you know where the support group meets?
No, but Humpty gave me the phone number in case I ever need to contact him while he was out. I'll get it for you.
Mr. Dumpty and Mrs. Swan, were they ever in a romantic relationship?
Yes, they were at one time, but just recently, Beautiful Swan broke up with Humpty. She said that she needed to find herself.
So, Humpty got dumptied?
You deal with this every day?
That's why they took my billy club away.
Sherry and Harry.
That's not Sherry and Harry.
Carrie and Barry.
No.
Mary and Larry.
No.
Jerry and Perry.
No. That's Terry and Engelbert.
Terry and Engelbert.
Yes.
Wow, and you are an old woman.
And I live in a shoe.
You have so many children.
I don't know what to do. I am an old woman living in a shoe. I have so many children, I don't know what to do. There's Jerry and Perry, Sherry and Harry, Carrie and Barry, Mary and Larry, Terry and Engelbert. And I kiss them and cuddle them, love them and swaddle them when they have been good.
Yeah.
Hold them and throttle them, pop to bottle them when they have been bad.
Ouch.
They're every mother's pride and joy, I hope it's understood. I wouldn't trade a single one for another lass or lad. I am an old woman living in a shoe. I have so many children, I don't know what to do. With Jerry and Perry and Sherry and Harry and Carrie and Barry and Mary and Larry, Terry and Engelbert.
Let me get
So,
this straight.
let me get this straight.
That's Jerry and Perry.
No.
Sherry and Harry.
No.
Carrie and Barry.
No. No.
Mary and Larry.
No.
Mary and Larry?
No.
Carrie and Barry.
No.
Sherry and Harry.
No. No.
Terry and Engelbert.
Yes.
You are an old woman.
Living in a shoe.
You have so many
I
children.
don't know what to do.
For Jerry and Perry.
Jerry and Perry.
Sherry and Harry.
Sherry and Harry.
Carrie and Barry.
Carrie and Barry. Mary and Larry.
We already know who you are.
And I kiss them and cuddle them, love them and swaddle them when they have been good.
Yeah.
Scold them and throttle them, talk to bottle them when they have been bad.
Ouch.
They're every mother's pride and joy.
We hope it's understood. We wouldn't trade a single one for another lass or lad.
You are an old woman.
Living in a shoe.
You have so many children.
Don't know what to do.
For Jerry and Perry.
Jerry and Perry.
Sherry and Harry.
Sherry and Harry.
Carrie and Barry.
Carrie and Barry. Mary and Larry.
And Engelbert.
There's Jerry and Perry and Sherry and Harry and Carrie and Barry and Mary and Larry.
Jerry and Perry and Sherry and
Jerry and Perry and Sherry and Harry and Carrie and Barry and Mary and Larry. Terry and Engelbert. That's me.
Thank you very much for your help, ma'am. Call us if you think of anything else that can help us in our case.
What? No pie in your face? This is ridiculous. This is preposterous. This is...
Cute.
Yeah, ain't they? Hey Mary, want to read us some more nursery rhymes?
Why not? Mary had a little lamb, its fleece as white as snow, and everywhere Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
Little Bo Peep has lost her sheep and can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone and they will come home, wagging their tails behind them.
Little boy blue, come and blow your horn because the sheep were in the meadow and the cows are in the corn. But where's boy blue looking after the sheep? He's under the haycock, fast asleep. See you soon.
Psychosocial Club. I may be dysfunctional, but what's the scoop? I got a good mind to fly this coop. Every day's the same, sitting with the rabble, listen to him whine and endure the psychobabble.
I'm an ideal client. I never rock the boat. I know I've got a problem trying to remote. I was first diagnosed as manic depressive, but soon graduated to passive aggressive.
They say we're delusional with no self-control. I'm always being followed.
I'm hard to console.
We're really much in need
of rehabilitation.
We've been diagnosed with a sheep fixation.
Group therapy, self-awareness treatment hub. Group therapy.
Welcome to the Psychosocial Club.
They say I'm aggressive with my conduct disorder. Each and every day, my temper gets shorter. I'm a bit bipolar and a lot paranoid. A sociopathological, borderline schizoid.
My dream. Then the nightmares came and I wake up and scream. I'm running, I'm jumping, I'm ready to compete. Then the flames shoot up 25 feet. Burnt to a crisp. Group therapy. A self-awareness treatment hub. Group therapy. Welcome to the Psychosocial Club. Group therapy. A self-awareness treatment hub. Group therapy. Welcome to the Psychosocial Club.
Now, Georgie, we've talked about this. If you sit next to the girls and start kissing them, it'll make them cry.
That and the fact that I've got a restraining order against you. Remember, you've got to keep 10 feet away from me, Mr. Georgie Porgy Puddin' and Pie.
Puddin' and Pie? Really? That's your last name?
Yes.
What kind of last name is that? Puddin' and Pie? Is that Danish?
No, it's Dutch. Dutch apple specifically.
10 feet! 10 feet!
Oh, all right.
Who would like to begin this week? Jack B. Nimble. Now this is progress. You're the first volunteer. That shows that you're gaining some confidence. Tell us about an exciting accomplishment of yours this week.
Okay, so I set out a candlestick in the middle of the floor. Then I did my stretching exercises and Pilates to warm up and loosen my muscles. Nothing worse than a pulled hamstring, if you know what I mean. Then I did a few approaches to the candlestick to get my footing down, and I chalked my first step. Then I ran an easy arc to the candlestick, and I was nimble and quick and jumped over the candlestick. And I might add, I did it without the benefit of performance-enhancing drugs.
That's it? A candle is what, almost 4 or 5 inches tall? What's so great about that?
Georgie, positive supportive comments only. What is the rule?
Don't be a party pooper. Tell everyone they're super duper.
That's right.
Right, I forgot. Gee, Jack, that sure is a towering achievement. I bet you'd make the Olympic candle jumping team.
Continue, Jack.
Not only did I clear the entire candlestick, but the candle was lit.
Wow, is it on fire? That flame must have been shooting up, what, a whole inch? Did you have to be treated for 3rd-degree burns?
Georgie, I think that's very brave, Jack, and it shows that Jack be nimble and Jack be quick.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. What are you, a rap star now?
Thank you for sharing, Jack. Who's next? Oh, well, I see we have a new person with us today. And you are?
Blue.
Welcome to the club. This is the losers after all.
Mary, you know I hate that acronym.
It beats the old name of this group. We really expect terrific, cheerful, happy endings daily. Come on, boy, Blue, you can figure it out. We really expect terrific, cheerful, happy endings daily.
Wretched?
You've got it.
Okay, so I'm awful at picking out group names. Let's get to know our new members, shall we? Now, tell us, why are you blue?
It was my father's name.
Excuse me?
I'm Little Boy Blue.
Blue? That's a weird last name.
Says Mr. Puddin' and Pie.
So, Mr. Blue, why have you chosen our little group?
I'm Blue.
We've already established that. Your father's name.
No, Blue, as in depressed.
Why are you depressed?
I've been fired from my job.
Hey, don't go whining to us about being unemployed. Have you searched the want ads lately? Not too many people are looking for candlestick jumpers. What was your job, Mr. Blue?
I worked in stocks.
Oh, an investment broker.
A shepherd.
A shepherd? Really? We'll get to your particular problem in a minute, Bo Peep. Now, Mr. Blue.
You can call me Boy.
At last, a man who knows his maturity level. Can I call you little boy?
No, Boy will do.
So, Boy, do you mind if I ask why you were fired?
Negligence.
Negligence?
Well, you see, the sheep were in the meadow and the cow was in the corn.
Why didn't you blow your horn?
Yeah, aren't you the boy who looks after the sheep?
Well, you see, I was fast asleep under the haycock.
Did you wake him?
No, not I.
For if you do, he'll be sure to cry.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Wow, we sure do have a lot of crybabies in this group.
No, I kiss the girls and make them cry.
Oh, and that's so much better?
Georgie Swan, that is enough. Mary, how was your week?
I still feel like I'm being followed.
Hey, this sounds interesting.
It's not. It's creepy. There's this lamb. Its fleece is white as snow. And everywhere I went this week, the lamb was sure to go.
I'm sure you're just imagining things.
No, but I'm not. It even followed me to school one day.
Isn't that against the rules?
Yes, but it made the children laugh and play to see the lamb there at school.
Did you try blowing a horn to scare it away?
Do continue.
And so the teacher turned it out, but it still lingered near and went patient about until I did appear.
Why does the lamb love Mary so? I believe that Mary loves the lamb so. Mary, this should make you feel very good to have someone so attached to you. It is a reflection of your inner worth.
So what does that say about me, Doctor? I've lost my sheep and can't tell where to find them.
Little Bo Peep, leave them alone, and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them.
You've been saying that for 3 years. Last night, I kept counting my sheep in my mind, but before I got to all of them, I kept falling asleep. Then, when I fell asleep, I dreamt I heard them bleeding. But when I woke, I found it a joke, for still they're all fleeting. If they still loved me, they'd be following me to school like Mary over here. Maybe I didn't love them enough. Maybe they don't know how much I love them.
Well, maybe you don't really love them at all.
That's not true, Georgie. I'm taking up my little crook and determined to find them. You, Blue Boy.
That's Boy Blue.
Whatever, little boy. Your shepherds are at work, right?
Well, you see, I was hoping to collect some unemployment, travel a little, and find myself.
While you're finding yourself, you can find my sheep too.
All right.
I'm reporting all haycocks, whatever those are. I can't have you sleeping on the job.
Excellent progress, Bo Peep. You're not just sitting around anymore. You're taking matters into your own hands. This is a very big step for you. We'll see you next week, Bo Peep. Good luck, boy. Swan, where's Humpty Dumpty this week?
I'm sorry, Doctor.
I'm Dr. Foster from Gloucester.
I'm Detective Green. And are you? Nursery Rhyme Unit. I'm pleased to meet you, Doctor, but I'm afraid we have some very bad news.
Oh?
Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a little accident.
And I thought he was making such progress.
What are you saying?
It wasn't a pretty scene. We're very sorry.
This has been a very emotional evening. Given this bad news, I think we better adjourn to gather our thoughts. We'll continue next week.
Miss Swan, we understand that you were a friend of Mr. Dumpty.
We know you're probably shattered by the news, but we're wondering if you could answer a few questions.
He was feeling very fragile this week.
But you wouldn't say it was close to cracking up, would you?
Why no? He was just feeling a little mixed up. But he's more positive than I've seen him in a long time.
Starting to look at the sunny side of things? This isn't going to go over well, Swan, but we suspect foul play.
You mean his fall was no accident?
We don't believe so. Can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt Humpty Dumpty?
Other than the bullies who rolled him for his lunch money, it was hard being the fat kid. Or, the ugly kid. I should know. I was made fun of as a child, too.
But he was making such great progress in this group.
Miss Swan, can you think of anyone more recently who might have wanted to hurt Humpty Dumpty?
Can't think of anyone.
We are looking for a hard-boiled kind of character.
You have to deal with this every day?
That's why they took my taser away.
I'm sorry, Detective. I can't help you anymore.
Here's my number. If you think of anything else, just give us a call.
Thank you, Detective.
We'll let you know if we find anything else out, Detective. Let me drive you home, Swan.
Did you notice anything unusual, Detective?
What do you mean?
Well, Swan didn't seem too upset for being Humpty Dumpty's only friend.
Sometimes the shock just has to set in.
I don't know.
You suspect Swan? There's no way she can be a suspect.
Why not?
Deductive reasoning. She's not a nursery rhyme character.
The ugly duckling? Beautiful swan? Yes, she is.
No, she isn't.
Yes, she is.
All right, if she's a nursery rhyme character, what's the rhyme?
Well, Mr. Smarty Pants, it's Hickory Dickory Duck.
That's Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock.
Diddle Diddle Duckling.
That's Diddle Diddle Dumpling.
Little Miss Ducket sat on her bucket.
That's Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet.
Now I know you're lying. There's no such thing as a tuffet.
Nope, it is a tuffet. Don't even get me started on curds and whey.
Tuffet? No kidding. Really?
Swan is from a story by Hans Christian Andersen. I don't even think Andersen is related to Mother Goose.
Not one clue so far. We're going to have to work extra hard for this case.
Look, Punish, I think you better ease off the puns while we're at the coroner. She has a lot of sharp objects. I hope that she has found something useful.
Ah, Detective, glad you and your partner could make it today. I have something to show you.
Oh, I was hoping you'd be done. I don't have too much of a stomach for this.
Come on, be a man.
You'll need to put these on.
What are these for?
Hello, giant egg. You want to get salmonella?
Oh.
You'll need to put these on too.
What are these for?
Regulations, health inspectors,
Oh. So, Sal, what have you found so far?
Well, I've examined the outer body. I had to be very careful.
So, it felt like you were walking on eggshells?
I've heard about you. You're the new guy, right? The pun-ish, sir?
Yep, that's me. I see my reputation precedes me.
It does indeed. The word at the department is you already have 15 Eighth Amendment violations filed against you.
Eighth Amendment?
Cruel and unusual pun-ishment.
Oh, well, what could I say?
Anyway, the victim died of severe trauma to the head, chest, and pelvis.
All three?
Well, this victim, the head, chest, and pelvis are all one and the same. But here's what's really interesting. If you look in here, you'll notice that it's all white.
All white? That's funny. Where's the
Funny?
yellow?
Why is it funny? I don't get the yolk.
16.
I'm the pun master. I'm the pun master. I guess a pun or two never hurt nobody. It's a mighty fine way to start each day. A pun or two or three or four can leave you rolling down on the floor.
Now, where was I? Oh yes, there was no yolk. Do you think the killer had something against cholesterol?
That, or possibly making them rank for a massive lemon pie.
Now, why do you say that?
Not only was the yolk removed, but the white is fluffy.
So, Humpty Dumpty was beaten and then whipped?
17.
I'm the pun master. I'm the pun master.
I guess a joke or two never hurt nobody.
It's a mighty fine way to start each day.
And a joke or two or three or four can tickle your funny bone to the core.
Detective, could you hand me that spatula?
Ah, here you go. The perpetrator was either a health nut or someone who really likes pie.
Or both.
Sal, can you tell us anything else?
Humpty Dumpty had a tattoo.
A tattoo? What was it?
Just the words grade A large.
Wow! For someone with a low self-esteem, that's pretty conceited.
I suspected all along that he was an egomaniac.
18.
I'm the pun master. I'm the pun master.
Guess a laugh or two never hurt nobody.
It's a mighty fine way to start each day.
A laugh or two or three or four can leave you hankering for one more. Card news brought in had an expiration date on it.
So, he was died when he died?
Deal with this every day?
That's why they took my chainsaw away.
I'm the pun master. I'm the pun master. I guess a pun or two never hurt nobody.
Fine way to start each day.
A pun or two or three or four can leave you split a gut on the floor.
Pun or two never hurt nobody.
It's a mighty fine way to start each day.
And a laugh or two on a daily stroll
It's good for the body and good for the soul. It's good for the body and good for the soul.
Well, that's about all I've got for you. Care for an omelet?
Hey, that's not...
Oh no, this isn't Humpty. I just haven't had breakfast yet. Some forensic humor here.
Don't mind if I do. Wow, this is incredible.
And good for you. High in protein and no cholesterol.
Hey, did you guys hear about the one about the butcher who backed up into the meat grinder and got a little behind in his work?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Bo Peep, want to read some more rhymes?
Sure. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick.
Georgie, Porgy, puddin' and pie kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgie, Porgy ran away.
Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down, hickory dickory dock.
Diddle diddle dumpling, my son John went to bed with his trousers on. One shoe off and the other shoe on. Diddle diddle dumpling, my son John.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey, when along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away.
So, what are we doing here, Detective?
I'm just following an instinct. Sal said the perpetrator was a health nut or someone who likes pie. And if I remember right, Jack Sprat could eat no fat.
And his wife could eat no lean.
So Sprat would be the health nut who worries about cholesterol.
And his wife would be the one who'd eat a massive lemon meringue pie.
I think this is the place.
Yeah? What do you want?
I'm Detective Green. And are you? We're looking for Jack Sprat. Does he live here?
Jack? What do you want with Jack?
We just had a few questions for him. May we come in?
Come on in. We've got nothing to hide.
Wow. You must be Mrs. Sprat.
What makes you say that?
Well, if I remember right, Jack Sprat's wife could eat no lean, and I'm thinking lean cuisine is not on your menu.
Nah, I never eat frozen dinners.
Yeah.
So are you coming in or just standing there with dumb looks on your faces?
Right. If you could, lead the way.
Can I get you gentlemen something to eat? Donuts, pork rinds, lard?
Lard?
Yeah. I just spread it over a couple of slices of Wonder Bread. Or I eat it straight out of the can. That'll stick to your ribs.
And to the walls of your arteries.
That explains why Mrs. Sprat is not very tall. Crisco is shortening.
You sure? You sure you don't want any donuts, pork rinds, anything to keep your mouth full?
Mrs. Sprat, if you could just get your husband to let us ask him a few questions.
Jack is indisposed.
Indisposed?
Yes, he's running.
Running? Running where?
In the shower. He's so thin he has to run around to get wet.
When he gets returned mail, it reads, "Return to slender."
During a thunderstorm, he can stay dry, standing under a clothesline.
His favorite song is "Lean on Me."
When he stands sideways and sticks out his tongue, he looks like a zipper.
He'd make a good magician because he's slight
Mrs.
of...
Sprat, if you could just get your husband.
Jack, get in here.
Yes, dear?
Boy, she was right. He is skinny, isn't he?
I heard that.
Not to say that Mrs. Sprat is fat, but if the girdle fits.
Or in this case, if it doesn't fit.
And I heard that. How dare you call my wife fat?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Smarty Pants. No one gets to call my man skinny. Besides, he's not skinny. He's just slender and sleek. He's just not skinny. He's just a storybook geek. His muscles are prized, even though they're disguised. He may be lanky, but he's not skinny. He's not skinny. He's just real small boned. He's not skinny. He's super sturdy and toned.
I'll say it out loud. I'm thin and I'm proud.
He may be puny, but he's not skinny. It doesn't matter what the village folks say.
Despite the criticism, I never blink.
One lean, mean dude coupled with an attitude. Show him, Jack. He's scrawny, brawny, chub, fluffy, tuffy, muscular. He's mountain of blood. He's mountain of blood.
I'm small, I'm handsome, and I'm digging it. She's not fat. She's just a rotund gal. She's not fat. She never eats low-cal. She's got acres of curves. She sways and she swerves. She may be pudgy, but she's not fat. She's not fat. She's just a big boned gal. She's not bad, but she's a femme fatale.
I'll say it out loud. I'm big and I'm proud.
She may be portly, but she's not fat. It doesn't matter what the village folks say.
I'm gonna live my life any old way.
Yeah, she's one big, large, broad, gal load of her rod. So, honey, she's a hokey, bulky, chubby, tubby, delicious mountain of love. Mountain of love.
I'm big, I'm beautiful, and I'm loving it.
Doesn't matter what the village folks say. We're gonna live our lives any old way. She's one big large truck. Get a load of their butts. She's a hokey, bulky,
Scrawny, brawny,
chubby, tubby,
roughy, toughy,
delicious,
delicious,
one delicious mountain of love. Mountain of love. I'm as strong as a bull, a healthy animal.
Don't be too quick to condemn. I'm the creme de la creme.
A delicious,
Most delicious,
one delicious mountain of love. Mountain of love.
My program's looking good, honey, so don't you dare turn the channel.
And from now on, you boys can call me Superstar. Yeah.
Well, now that we got that straight, these two flatfoots want to ask you some questions.
Yes, gentlemen. Mr. Superstar, Mr. Spratt, where were you on the night of October 13th?
Why, I was doing some baking.
Would that baking involve pies, perhaps?
Why, yes, but I don't
Because
see
a
what...
Mr. Certain Humpty Dumpty was beaten and whipped on October 13th. And you need to break a few eggs to whip up a pie, don't you, Mr. Jack Spratt? If that is, in fact, your real name.
What?
Give me no buts, Mr. Egg Cracker. Murder in this case is a half-baked idea. Are you going to talk, or will I have to pun again?
Stop. What's the big idea?
Well, I was on the verge of getting him.
But it's my turn to be bad cop. You were bad cop last time.
No, it's my turn to be bad cop. And besides, my name is Pun-ishment, sir. I'm a natural at the bad cop.
But I don't want to be good cop again. I'm tired of saying there, and being apathetic and offering coffee and taking off the thumb screws.
It's my turn to be bad cop.
No, my turn.
My turn.
My turn.
My turn.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Yes. What's this? Are they crazy?
I think
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't know.
So, are you ready to talk, or will I have to pun again?
Hey, I know my rights.
Shut your pie hole, pie man. Now talk.
Stop it,
You
Punish.
heard me. Shut up and talk.
Stop it, Punish. Go over there and cool down. There, Jack. I know just how you feel. Would you
What?
like some coffee? Let me get the thumb screws off of you.
Thumb screws?
Whoops, got ahead of myself.
Look, I know what you two are doing, and I'm not talking. So if you two don't have any evidence to arrest me, you two can just leave.
Oh, Jack. Let's think extra hard for a moment. Are you sure there's nothing else you want to tell us?
Hey, I noticed your wife has some white on her outfit.
So, what of it? I eat a lot of omelets to keep up my strength.
I'm willing to bet that the egg white we found on you matches that of Humpty Dumpty. We've got a witness right here who has a picture of Mr. Jack Spratt beating egg whites. It will be Exhibit A.
Stop the punning. I'll talk, I tell you. I'll talk.
Don't say another word. We know our rights. We're not talking until we get counsel and we want a lawyer.
What were you two thinking? You're nursery rhyme characters. You should set a better example. We expected better of you. And now you will get exactly what is coming to you.
You deal with this every day?
That's why they took my pit bull away. You two are under arrest for the murder of Humpty Dumpty. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Hey, great idea.
Sure, I eat no fat, but I find other uses for it.
Hey, thanks, pal. Now, as I was saying, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you.
Hey, since this is the last scene, don't you want to read some more nursery rhymes?
Yeah.
Jack Sprat could eat no fat, and his wife could eat no lean. And so between them both, you see, they licked the platter clean.
Simple Simon met a pie man going to the fair. So Simple Simon to the pie man, let me taste your ware.
Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well.
There was a crooked man, and he walked a crooked mile. He found a crooked 6 feast against a crooked stile. He bought a crooked cat, while caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a crooked little house.
All rise. I said, all rise. The People versus Jack Sprat and his wife, Part 32. The Honorable Judge Mental is now presiding. You may be seated. Court is now in session.
Prosecution, you may call your first witness.
People call Simple Simon.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I didn't dig that hole in the garden.
What?
That's the whole truth.
No, I meant the whole truth, not leaving anything out.
Oh, I did dig that hole, but it's a good hole.
You may be seated.
Now, Simple Simon, you met a pie man?
While I was at the fair.
What did you say to the pie man?
Let me taste your ware.
What did the pie man say to you?
Let me see your penny, but I hadn't any.
You hadn't any penny?
Never had any cents.
Objection.
Yes?
1, this testimony is going nowhere. 2, penny and cents is an obvious pun, and those lines belong solely to the punished, sir. And finally, the witness is obviously mental.
Mental? As someone who's not conforming to the thought process of the dominant culture?
No, I meant...
Or by mental, did you mean by someone who is stupid?
What I meant, Judge...
That's judgmental to you.
Oh, yeah. Right. I'll withdraw my objection.
Your objection is withdrawn, overruled, and hanging by the neck until dead. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Now, Mr. Simon, you may continue your testimony.
Where was I?
No sense.
Tell me, Simple Simon, is the pie man in this room?
Yes. That's him there.
Order. Let it be noted that the witness pointed to defendant Jack Sprat. Now, Simple Simon, what did you do when the pie man would not let you taste his wares?
I followed him back to his house.
What did you see there?
I saw him baking pies. He was fresh lard in his crust.
Or fat?
Yes, fat. And he used fresh egg white in his meringue, in the fluffy white stuff.
Did you say fresh egg white?
Yes.
How do you know it was fresh egg white?
I saw him beating egg white. ran out a piece of giant eggshell. And I took a picture.
Enough with the gasping. It's getting annoying.
Is this the picture?
Yes.
Let it be noted that this shall be filed as Exhibit A. I have no further questions for this witness.
Defense, your witness, watch yourself.
Mr. Simon, is it?
Yes.
And you go by Simple?
Yes.
You also go by other names, isn't that true?
In the schoolyard, the bullies call me Simple Pimple. But my therapist tells me.
Isn't it true that you're also Peter Pumpkin Eater, arrested for keeping your wife in a pumpkin shell?
Well,
Also known as Wee Willie Winky, arrested for being a peeping Tom and running about in your nightgown?
it's been a while since.
Also known as Tom the Piper's son, arrested for pignapping?
There's a logical explanation.
Isn't your real name Crooked Man?
Yes.
And you have a crooked cat who caught a crooked mouse, and you all live together in a crooked little house?
Yes.
You've got quite a rap sheet, Simple Simon. Why are you testifying against Jack Sprat today?
I feel like it is my duty as a citizen.
Did the prosecution offer immunity in exchange for your testimony today?
Well, it's only fair.
So, your testimony was bought. How did you just happen to have a camera on you when you went to the Sprat household?
I'm an amateur photographer.
Amateur? Isn't it true you've been paid a great deal for your photographs? Isn't it true that as Wee Willie Winky, you were not only arrested for being a peeping Tom, but also for extortion?
I was only arrested, never convicted.
Yes, of course. Maybe you were never convicted because you had incriminating pictures of the judge presiding in this case.
Objection. Sustained. Jury, ignore that last statement.
So, Mr. Simon, or shall I say Crooked Man, you have a criminal record, your testimony was bought, and you're outside of the Jack Sprat home in order to commit a felony. Am I missing anything?
I do dig a good hole.
Just as you've dug a hole for yourself now. I guess the truth isn't so simple. I'm done with this witness.
You may sit down. Defense, you may call your first witness.
The defense calls Mr. Jack Sprat.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Mr. Sprat, you heard the witness before you claimed he saw you beating egg whites. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Hey, there ain't no law against beating egg whites.
True, but the witness said he saw you beating them out of a giant piece of eggshell. Is that true?
Yes. Grade A large egg.
Enough with the gasping. It's getting annoying. Wait, no. One more gasp and it's a gavel to the noggin.
Where did you get this giant piece of egg?
From Mother Goose.
Mother Goose? The Mother Goose?
Yes.
Your Honor, Mother Goose is right outside this courtroom. I suggest the bailiff grab her and bring her to the witness stand for questioning.
Your Honor, this is most irregular.
Indeed, this is most irregular.
That is true, Your Honor. If you prefer, I could recall Simple Simon for more questions about incriminating pictures he might have.
Bailiff, go grab Mother Goose and bring her to the stand. Be careful. She has quite a temper. Bailiff, did you have to arrest her in the middle of traffic? We heard all the cars honking.
That was her doing the honking, Your Honor. Unhand me, you honk. This is police brutality, you little honk.
Swear her in, bailiff.
I think she's already swearing, Your Honor.
What the honk is going on here?
Jack Sprat is on trial for the murder of Humpty Dumpty.
Murder? Honk? Of my son? And what the honk do you think you're doing, Judge?
What's that? I just said the next person who would gasp would get a gavel to the...
Yes.
They would get a gavel to the noggin.
Gasp.
Perhaps I was too hasty.
That's right.
Is this the first that you're hearing of the murder of Humpty Dumpty?
Why, yes, it is. Who did it? Was it that nasty Mrs. Spratt?
I never!
Why do you think the perpetrator was Mrs. Sprat?
She was always jealous of my son's figure.
But Mrs. Sprat has an alibi for the night of the 13th.
The 13th? Are you saying that my son was murdered on the 13th?
Yes.
But that's impossible. He was fit as a fiddle at breakfast this morning.
Go ahead, gasp away, see if I care.
What do you mean, still alive? His body was found at the bottom of the wall.
That wasn't his body, that was his shell.
What do you mean?
Humpty is my son and has been living with me for the past 5 years after graduating from college. He's quite smart.
I always knew that he was an egghead.
One more outburst like that and I'll hold you in contempt. In fact, with puns like that, I already hold you in contempt.
As I was saying, Humpty is quite smart, but he would never leave the nest and get his independence. Sure, he moved out for a while, but he was living in a shoe for goodness sake. And I was still doing his laundry and packing his lunch. That's why Beautiful Swan broke up with him. Well, when she left him, that was the last straw. Now, usually I'm not one for mixed marriages, but I thought that Beautiful Swan was the right bird for him. And I wanted grandchildren, so I pushed Humpty out of the nest.
You pushed Humpty Dumpty out of the nest? You murdered your own son?
Murdered? You think I've committed murder? You dare accuse me of murder?
Calm down.
I will not calm down. What the hunk's going on? I'm not about to be a pawn. I'm feeling used, abused, and let gone. What the hunk's going on? What the hunk's going on?
Going on.
I'm just a sheep.
What the hunks
as
is
any
going
swan.
on?
I'm a respected member of the Audubon. What the hunk's going on?
Hallelujah.
You got my feathers all pulled up so bad I feel like a goose that's lost her cluck.
She's lost her cluck now.
And if you think I'm gonna stand around and take this abuse, you're pushing your luck. Look, what the hunk's going on?
Going on.
It's all a sham.
What the hunks
It
is
makes
going
me yawn.
on?
I'm running late for an appointment at the beauty salon. What the hunk's going on? Now what the hunk's going on? Don't understand. Where are we wrong? I'm as worked up as a hen. And what the hunk's going on?
Hallelujah.
What the hunk's going on? I'm good to go. This marathon.
Now bring it on.
I'm as worked up as a hen in a guinea pond. What the hunk's going on?
Hallelujah.
What the hunk's going on?
Hallelujah.
What the hunk's going on? What the hunk's going on? What the hunk's going on? Tell me what the hunk's going on? What the hunk's going on? Tell me what the hunk's going on? What the hunk's going on? Tell me. Listen up, Judge. If I don't get some answers, I'm gonna be all up in your face like a goose on a June bug. Yeah.
Are you through yet, Mrs. Goose? No one here is accusing you of murder.
Of course not. We think we have the murderer right here.
Nonsense. I pushed him out of his comfortable shell, but I haven't murdered him. I'm meeting him for lunch today. In fact, here he comes now.
Here you are, Mom. What's up? I thought we were doing lunch.
You all know my son Humpty Goosey.
Humpty, you're alive! Yes, and I'm independent. I got my own condo. I just made my first down payment.
Hey, that's my pun.
That's right. All puns belong to the overruled.
Your Honor, seeing that the victim is alive and well.
I agree. Case dismissed. The defendant is free to go.
Well, if it just goes to show you, Detective.
What's that? What's that?
Yeah. Never count your victims before they're hatched.
You know what else, Punish?
What's that?
They may have taken away my gun, my billy club, my taser, my chainsaw, and my pit bull, but they did not take away my cattle prod. Let's see you jump over the moon.
Hey! Diddle diddle!
Look.
Law and order, they work together, keeping law and order. Border to border they stroll, they patrol, nursing rhyme, hand in hand, together they stand. From the forest of Mary had a little lamb, to the fields of little Bo Peep. They fight the meanest of mean, like that little Johnny Green. They're on the tail of every villain and creep. Law and order, they are protectors, they are true supporters. Of law and order they fight for what's right, tackling riddles and rhymes, and in time, solving every crime and keeping law and order. Law and order. Law and order.
Off of me. Oh,
I don't want to take a picture.